What's good, YouTube? This is Boxingwave. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, all right? Smash the like button if you enjoy the content, share the video, and do all that stuff, right? Hit the bell notification as well so you'll be notified whenever I drop new content. Listen, when I woke up, I had woke up like at 4 in the morning or something, right? Just to use the bathroom. Like, I checked my phone. I think it was on Sports Talk, a picture of Joseph Parker failed a drug test, tested positive for cocaine, and I just went back to sleep. I was just like, nah, this gotta be fake, right? And I was like, I'll wait until later. I'll just make sure like the reports are rolling in. If there's enough of reports, then I'll talk about it at some point. It's not the craziest thing that I've heard, but at the same time, it's just like so stupid, you know? And then I read, and this is this multiple, I mean, everybody's reporting this story at this point. It's not coming from one or two sources. Everybody has reported it. He tested positive for cocaine by VADA, right? And they say from the day of the fight with Fabio Wardley, who he just lost to. I'm not sure exactly what that means. Does that mean that the test came back positive on that day? A previous test that was taken, the samples was taken from a previous day of the fight, or did he test positive from a test that was taken that day, maybe that morning? Because sometimes they do test on the same day of the fight. Did those samples come back positive from the day of the fight? And if that's, I mean, either way is bad, but like, I mean, you had to be, I mean, we still got to wait for the B samples, you know, that always comes back the same and stuff. And sometimes some of these positive tests, you know, turn around and it ends up just be a whole big mix up. But, you know, at the end of the day, like, if this is legit and he does receive the ban that may be coming his way, you have to think to yourself, like, how close to the fight? Like, I have so many questions. And I hate to laugh about it because it's not a funny situation, because I do really, really like Joseph Parker, right? And most boxing fans do. But you got to wonder, like, how close to the fight did you, like, snort cocaine? I just have questions. I want to know. I want to know, like, if this is legit. When did it happen? I know we're never going to find that. I'm sure his team is going to make a public statement and stuff. They're going to say that there's some kind of mistake. But I mean, like, man, I'm surprised. I guess I'm kind of surprised, but I'm kind of not. And I'm only saying that, no disrespect to Joseph, but I'm not saying, like, just the kind of guy that he seems to be. Like, he seems to be like one of the nicest guys in the sport, right? In that sense, I'm surprised. But at the same time, Joseph Parker would come off as a fun guy to party with. I don't know where I get that from. Maybe it's his relationship with Tyson Fury. Like, I could picture because they're close now, but I can picture their relationship probably started from partying. Maybe the two guys was like, because Tyson Fury got a history of this stuff. I just feel like Joseph Parker, as nice as a guy as he is, he seemed like he would be a fun guy to party with. And I would just think that. I don't know. I don't know where I would get that from, but he just seems like a fun guy. Like, remember that moment when Fury and Deontay Wilder had crossed paths in Saudi Arabia or something somewhere. It was one of those fight cards. And we saw Fury and Parker together, like taunting Wilder. And, you know, Wilder came up. He's all blessings. Like, he never keeps the same energy when he walks into someone that he's been back and forth on the internet with, right? Not with Fury, not with Anthony Joshua. The energy is always different face to face. And Deontay Wilder, like, the way that Parker and Fury was like taunting him, it just made like Parker seemed like he was a little bit out of character. You know what I mean? Because he seems to be always respectful. But for whatever reason, while he was with Fury, you seen a different side of him. You know what I mean? And listen, I'm saying all of this. I really don't know what else to talk about because it's like this is a recreational drug. This is not PEDs. This is not PEDs. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that this could affect the performance of your fight. I mean, cocaine, I don't even know how that works. I really don't know. Like, I'm not an expert when it comes to that. Like, is cocaine gonna make you fight better? Or did you just get caught up in the wrong night? I gotta wonder too, who the hell was he with? If this is true, who the hell would let him, not saying he's not his old man, I mean, the guy's in his 30s. Who the hell would he be with to do that? Like, where did he get it from to do that at this time when he has such an important fight coming up? I have so many questions. Like, I want to hear this. You know, this is something that we might hear like years later, like on a documentary or something like that. Because it seems like we hear this stuff like, you know, but I don't know. This is like some crazy, crazy news. And I also got to bring this up because I already know what's going to happen. Because when it comes to Joseph Parker, he's so loved that whatever happens in his career, people are going to make excuses for. You know, like even when he lost to Fabio Wardley, I was one of the first to say, like, listen, I thought Joseph Parker was going to win. I thought his experience was going to get him through the fight. You know, wasn't really expecting him to knock out Wardley, but I thought the experience alone was going to get him through the fight, you know? And the fight was a great fight. It was one of the better fights in the year, especially in the heavyweight division, right? But when he lost, when I heard the reactions to people from other content creators and just seeing the fans react and comments and stuff on Twitter, everybody was saying the same thing, including the including the commentators. And it seemed like everybody had him, Parker, way up on the cards. Way up on the cards. And I thought that was kind of shocking because I didn't. I thought it was actually really close on the cards. And a lot of people felt like the stoppage was premature. I don't think it was the best stoppage, but Parker was hurt. You know what I mean? And Wardley was throwing a lot of punches and Parker wasn't really like, I thought he was done, you know? So it wasn't the greatest stoppage because Parker probably could have continued, but he wasn't firing back neither. And he was just hurt. It's not like he just wasn't hurt. Like he was hurt the previous round. He was hurt that round. Like, you know, what are we doing? So people were making excuses. And then he started going out and doing these interviews, basically saying that, you know, his promoter and Frank Warren was being biased towards the British fighters and stuff like that. So I know there are going to be people out here that's going to say something like, oh, they're just trying to take him down because of his comments about Frank Warren being biased and stuff like that. Like, I feel like when it comes to Parker, I think he has to hold himself accountable to things just like any other fighter. And it doesn't matter how much we love him or how nice of a guy he is. If he does something stupid or if he loses a fight, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And if this is true and they do ban them for a couple of years or whatever, yeah, we got to hold him accountable just like we do with every other fighter that gets into something, you know what I mean, before a fight. You know, like the Jarrell Millers of the world or any other guy that pops dirty or gets arrested, get in trouble like Tank Davis or Adrian Broner or Billy Joe Saunders. All of these guys that do stupid things, especially like a recreational drug, you know, like cocaine is pretty bad. Like, what do you, as a boxer, like, you know, you got guys like David Benavidez, Keyshawn Davis, right, that popped off marijuana. Like, as a boxer, it's stupid, it's irresponsible, right? But at the same time, it's like, okay, it is what it is. You know, it happened. But we got to hold him accountable. You know what I mean? And I think he lost the fight. He lost the fight. It is what it is. I don't think he was robbed. I think he just lost. It is what it is. It just wasn't his night. Fabio fought a good fight. It was a good fight. And if you had cocaine on your system, bro, it's a bad time because you're at or around your prime. You were just on pace to get a title shot. You lost, but I'm sure a good win or two would put you right back in position, like to fight for a title again. You know, if not 2026, maybe 2027. You know what I mean? Depending on who you fight and how those fights come out in the next year, the year coming up, right? So you're not that far off from fighting for a title again. But now you just set yourself back, and you set yourself back from the loss, but now you set yourself back from a ban. And if you are going to get suspended for a couple of years, this could really, really set you back. Because by the time you come back, you're going to be so inactive. You're going to be older, and you're going to be right. You're going to be ripe enough for the next upcoming guy, or the guy that's looking for a good fight, to knock off, because you might physically not be in your prime anymore. You know, and this is why boxing timing is everything, man. It's always everything. It's just a bad time to make a move right now, like that. All right. And that's, again, if this is legit, looks like it's legit, but if this goes through, I'm talking about these samples is dirty, and they do their investigation and they clear and they decide, or UCAD or whoever, not UCAD, but VADA decide that they're going to suspend him indefinitely, then it might be over for Joseph Parker. It might be. All right. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Again, I'm joking about it. I know it's a serious situation, but at the end of the day, it's just so random. So random. But he do seem like a party guy to me. All right. Anyway, I'm out. Y'all subscribe. Peace.